Hi, everyone, and welcome back on another session of Office Hours. Today we have Ask Us Anything. So if you have any questions, either unmute yourself or type them in the chat, and I will try to answer them as good as I can. Hi, everyone. I can see more people joined. Um, Welcome to another session of Office Hours. Today we have Ask Us Anything. So if you have any questions regarding your projects, ask away, either unmute yourself or type them in the chat box, and I will try to, well, I will answer them as good as I can. So if there are any questions, any problems that you're facing, or anything you would like to know, then just please ask away. Julie, how to do an entrance to a house with sidewalk, stairs, etc. So to start working on your outside, just let me share a screen. So if you want to start on your outside area, so like add stairs in front of your entrance doors, or as you said, sidewalk, then first thing that we have to do, just let me, it will just refresh itself. We have to go to File, Setting, and we have to switch off the auto hide wall. So whenever we are turning our project around, we are able to see all the walls. So we go to File, Settings, and we will switch off the auto hide wall. Now we can switch to 3D. We will reset our view. And now wherever you have your main entrance, then we can start working around it. Now, if you would like to add just a sidewalk around the house, then instead of recreating it with Create New Product tool, we can actually go to 2D and we can draw an area for the sidewalk. Let's say something like that. Now we can click on this area, go to edit, click out the same as floor plan height and bring it down to 0. Now if we'll switch to 3D, as you can see, we have flat surface around the house, and then we have our usual walls. So now you can apply any other texture, so whatever you want to put on your sidewalk, and that can work as your sidewalk. If you need steps for your entrance, in front of your entrance, for example, like for the outside, then the best way will be to do it with the create new product tool. So here in 3D, we can actually trace over, like now it depends if you will have to, like if you will need, let's say, a sidewalk on the sides of your house or just in the front. Let's say that we want to do it just in the front, then with the create new product, create yourself rectangle, we will outline area for the stairs, so as big as you need it. Now we will give it depth, and now you can draw out your stairs. Then we will bring it down when we will click on done. So now basically you can either use the rectangle tools or you can measure out your steps. And let's say that we will create like a 2 steps. One can be smaller, one can be larger. And now what we will do, we will work with our push and pull. So first we will push this area down, and then we will push this area slightly down. We can push this one a bit up. And now when we click on done, we can simply, with a free movement, bring it down. We can remove that part. Ah, it got removed with the, let me move that away. Or try to move that away. And then remove that because it's in our way. Okay, and now we can move this back here. Go to 3D. Bring it down. Now we can go to modify, switch on your environment, and now with the push-pull, we can just put it a bit on under the our existing house. If it's too wide, then simply use the push and pull to bring the sides either in, or if you need them more out, then you can bring them out. And now just apply any textures. And when you will be doing render, you can add roof, and then choose your environment. Apply textures on your stairs before. Excuse me. And that's how you will be working with your outside.
Thank you, Magda.
You're welcome, no worries. Can you please show me how to draw a curve rotunda stairs? Is it just like few stairs or is it full staircase?
It's full staircase from first floor to the second floor.
Yeah, so for the round one, that will be very difficult to create that. So I would recommend to go to catalog and choose any of our, we have some rounded stairs, and you can use them and just put them inside of your project from the first floor then to the second, because like it will be very, very hard to create a curve and then from that curve to go on and create the steps. So the best way will be to use the stairs that we have here. You can change the textures on them. There is another example. Now to add another floor, we have to first, so for example, we have this bungalow here. So first of all, you have to go to 2D, click on the wall, go to edit, and combine two floors together. So that's the height of our single floor. Now you will add the second floor and you will put that measurement here. So you have both floors together. And then you have to create your floor with the create new product tool. So let me draw it quickly. So for example, if we have something like that, just let me switch to meters. So let's say that we have a room like that. I will go to wall settings and I will do double height. Now I have to go to 3D and I have to create my floor. I will switch off, go to settings, and I will switch off my auto hide wall so I can see inside of my project. Now, it all depends if you need a full floor or if it's only like just a part of your downstairs. So you will just trace over whichever area you need for your ceiling space and floor for the second floor. So we'll go with the rectangle. You draw a rectangle, the size that you want. We will give it some depth. Now we will click on done and we can put it up. And now we can add the stairs from the catalog. You can rotate them whichever way you want them to go. We can resize them so they're actually going, they look like they're going to the second floor, and we will just create an opening for our stairs. Let me bring them a bit up. And now I will click on this, go to modify, switch on the environment. And now we can actually try and create like a curve opening for the stairs. So I'm just thinking maybe we can either go with a circle and create opening like that, or we can maybe go with the rectangle and then now create like an arch, pretty much copying the shape of the stairs. Okay, we can bring this one a bit. We'll trim away this line and I will just make the rectangle a bit bigger. Okay, and now we will try to remove this part with a push and pull. Just try to copy the shape as much as we can. This one is not working for me. Let me figure out something else. It's quite tricky to copy the shape of, like of rounded stairs to do an opening. If you will be fine with just adding rectangular opening, then you'll be better. But just to copy the shape sometimes might be a bit tricky. You can try and do it the way I did it and try to match it. And then with the push and pull, try to create the opening for your second floor. I did something similar, but I think with the different stairs. So let me just double check. I will delete that as well. And I think, okay, I had these stairs, I think. They're more rounded. And for these ones, I know that I did that. So again, we'll just go with the create new product tool, create yourself, rectangle. Push and pull. Now we will bring it up. Okay, and now we'll go again to modify, turn on the environment so you can see the shape of the stairs. And as far as I know, let's say that we create this line here and we will try to do an arch from it. Okay, now we can match it as much as we can. And with push and pull, we can remove that part. So as you can see, we have an opening from this side, and then we can create like a bigger opening from this side, wherever you want to go. And now it's more like, rounded. So with these stairs, because they have like the curve is bigger, then it's just easier to create curve from one side. You can do the same curve from the other side. So like, it depends what kind of shape you want to have, and like, how do you want your stairs to look like. You can even have like, like part of the area empty up on the floor. So again, it all depends how your second floor looks like. But yeah, but you can create something like that. And now we can either bring this up or just bring the stairs a bit down. So I think they're too high. So yeah, so we can do something like that. They're actually going to the second floor. You're welcome. You're very welcome. With like, if you would like to create the stairs by yourself, then it's tricky because whenever we will create a curve, then the curve is like if I will go to, sorry, to modify, and as you can see, if I will go with the push and pull, then the curve is made from like, tiny components. So if you would like to have stairs taken out of that curve, then like you won't be able to make them, for example, when we have the curved stairs, they are narrower from one side and then they're going like, a bit wider into the other side. Then you won't be like, that might be hard to do, to create. So we have like a 2 or 3 different rounded stairs that you really can use and change the texture of them. And I think they they should work. If you need specific stairs, then you can either upload a 3D model of that stairs if you have any, or you can simply send on a request and a model of the stairs will be created for you. Any other questions? How much does the model cost to get designed? Well, if you have your own models, then that's free. And if you're sending a request, then you will have an information of that depends on the model. If the model is very simple, I think the prices were starting with $15. If there's anyone from the team that has more information about it, because this is not my field, but like you will have an information before you submit of how much that will cost. But if I can get someone to answer that in more detail, if we have any pricing depending on the size of a model, then please do so. And then it will be delivered within a few working days. You will see the progress of it. So if you will go to catalog and scroll down where the categories are and go to my models, then you can see your request, then you can see your ready to go models. So you just drag and drop them anywhere, and you can use them as the ones like from our catalog. And if you want to send on request, you just click on new request. You have to upload an image of that product, and you will be asked to give information about the product, so like size, color, any other information. You can add a link for reference, and then before you submit, you will have an information of the cost of the model. You're welcome, Julie. So yeah, so there's always an option to go with 3D model or to have it created. You will get an email, Julie, with specific informations. How about specific frames for art? Yeah, so that if you will go to the catalog, we have loads of art there, and then you can change the inside of the art. So wall decor frames, prints and paintings. So there's loads of frames. Some of them are more simple. Some of them you have more ornate, and then you can simply put an insert. So upload an image in textures, upload an image of whatever you want to have in your frame, and then you can simply add it on the inside of the frame. Again, if you will need a very specific frame, then you can either try to create it with the Create New Product tool, or simply upload a 3D model or send a request for one to be created for you. But all the frames that you can see here, you can change the inside of them and the color of the frame. So if there is anything that might be similar to whatever you want to use, then use it. You can change the color of it, and then you can change the inside of the frame. I'm trying to see if we have actually some more ornate ones or more like antique style. I will have a look and you can type in your questions if you have any in the meantime. Today is just about you, helping you. So if you have any questions, no matter how silly you think they are, just ask them and I will try to answer them. You could also create a frame from the moldings that we have in the catalog. If if you would need it to be like more ornate or have like few layers, then you can also use the moldings and just create a framing out of that as well. That could be another option. Or here we have something, for example, there's like a black and then with gold inside. There's another one. Yeah, there are another ones here. No questions? Is there a way to open the catalog view into more than 2 rows? Yes, you can click on this icon here and you can expand your search to a full screen, which is like, way better and way faster because you can see more products at once. So yes, yeah, there is an option. Then you can simply click on back to get out of it. So just go to catalog, click on the icon here, and now you can see it on your full screen. You're welcome. If you don't have questions, you can even share your insights or on any projects that you did, or maybe if you I don't know, have something that you can share with our other participants that you think might be useful, then you can do that as well. If I have a PNG or JPEG file and import it, do we have to trace it into the program like a PDF? But Jamie, is it like a texture or are you talking about a product? Because you can't import a product in PNG or JPEG file. It has to be 3D model, so it needs to be OBJ or FBX file format. If you talking about texture, then JPG or PNG, or if you go to texture and click on upload texture, then we have PNG or JPEG file format, and then you just simply upload it and then put it on the wall. But that's just an image of a texture. Or you're talking about entire building plan? Yes, so about the floor plan. So yes, then you have to trace over it. So if you go to 2D and you want to upload your floor plan, then we click on upload floor plan. You can get it traced. So if you're very busy, and you don't have time to tracing over it, then we have an option to get it traced. Is for any floor plans up to 1,000 square feet, that's $10. Anything between 1,000 square feet to 2,500 square feet, that's $5. And then anything above, I think $20, sorry, and anything above 2,500 square feet, that's $30. Your doors and windows will be put in place, and it will be delivered within 24 hours. If you want to do it yourself, then we click on trace it yourself. You need PNG or JPEG file format file. Then we go to floor plans. We can select the floor plan, click on open. Now you can crop it. If you need to crop it, then you can choose whatever you want to have visible, click on crop. And now you need to define a scale of your floor plan. So you're selecting one wall or a part of a wall that you know measurements of. Type it in here, click on done. And that's like, that's just scaling your floor plan. So it will be dropped in a proper scale. Now, when you have that done, it will be dropped into the background plan mode in 2D. So we're switching back to floor plan mode. We can zoom in. And now simply with either wall tool or a room tool, we will trace over our floor plan. Now, before you start tracing over, you have to check if you have a proper wall thickness. So if you can see that pink square, then if you will place it in the corner of your wall and it fits perfectly, then that means that you have right measurements. So you have the right thickness of your walls. If it's not, okay, if it's either too big or too small, then what you have to do, so we have it here, for example, and now if it's not, and like, you want to trace over it and either the wall is too thick or too thin, then we can just go back. You go with the ruler tool. So we zoom in, can zoom in as much as you can. We go with the ruler tool. We measure out the thickness of the wall as best as we can. So without the shadows. And now you will go to file, go to settings, and you will put that measurement here. And then you will start tracing over. So that's just to, just to do it the way it should be. Now, when you're done and like, you're traced over, then you can switch back to background plan mode and you can either slice it away or delete it if you don't need it. If you have any layouts there, then of course you can leave it. But at any point, if it gets too busy when you're working in 2D, you can just simply move it away. Now, when you're drawing your floor plans and your measurements don't fit, then the problem that that you might be having is when you take measurements of the rooms. So for example, if we have a floor plan like this one, and we're taking measurements of like we're inside that house and we're taking measurements of each of the rooms. Then like when we taking the measurements, we take the measurements inside. So we don't take the partial wall into the consideration. And sometimes I had that problem with loads of clients before. Then like, then they started to draw a floor plan and their measurements were off. That's because like we're not taking the walls into consideration when drawing. Like if you're working with room by room project, so for example, I will draw one room and I will do it then either on the same project or on a next one, I will draw another room and we'll do it. That's like, that's no problem. But if you have to draw the full floor plan, then you have to take the walls into consideration. And now, if you're drawing, then you have to add the thickness of the walls. So whatever you will start drawing your, let's say even with a room tool, and you start drawing a room, and then you will draw another room, then you need to know that wherever you're adding measurements, then this wall is in between. So like it will take away half from one room and half from the other room. So always add the thickness of your walls in between your rooms. So if you have two rooms and they are 10 feet is one room and then 10 feet is the other room, then add let's say a wall in between them is half a feet, then add that half a feet when you're drawing your floor plan, because otherwise your measurements will be off. You're welcome, Jamie. How to bring in specific rug. So for the rug, I think the best way is to bring on the texture. I don't think if you will need a full rug. So if you will choose a rug, well, maybe if it is like a scalloped rug or like an organic shape rug, then it will be best to have a 3D model. But if it's only like the texture that you're talking about, like a Berber rug that like you can find in our catalog or like specific colors, then try to get an image of that rug and just like without any background, just the rug, and just bring it in as a texture. So upload it to texture catalog and then drop the texture on the rug. Like I did that a few times already. I changed the textures of the rugs. So just bring the texture into the texture catalog and then drop it on the rug. How do you create a curved rug? I'm not sure if I
saw you have that in your floor plan, so.
Yes, I will go to details and I will tell you what that is. So let me go to 3D. Yeah, so I think that's a rug that I created myself. So I just used multiple arches and then like just use the push and pull to just create a shape. So we can, I'll go with the create new product tool, create yourself. Just a bit of push and pull, then we can change the size, and I will just switch off the environment. Then I can use like arc tool, and let's say we can do an arch from this side. They don't have to be like big. You can make them the arches. They don't have to be. Just have to work with it. So we can do something like that from this side. Then so if we want to do it from this side, maybe. I'm just thinking what shape to do. This one won't work. Maybe from this side.
How about like a kidney bean shape?
Yeah, I think I just like, I played with it and okay, just let me go maybe from this side and try to create something. Okay, so this one should do. And then from this side, and we can just cut whichever lines we don't need. And now let's say that we'll cut this line. I think we can bring this one down. Yeah, we can cut some of the lines, but let me see if we can work it out. Okay, we'll get rid of this one. that's together. I don't know why. So we can try and create something else here. I think you will have to simply play around with it like I did. This one, it just keeps on. Okay, it's not connected here. That's why. We need to have all sides connected, otherwise. Say that we try something like this one here. I don't know if that will work. This one is still not connected here. So let me do it like that, and then we can try. Okay, and now we can try to do like a we'll see if that will work. There's still joints somewhere that I can't figure out where. That I can't get rid of this part here. Let me redo it. Shouldn't be that difficult. We will just start with like this kind of shape first. And then we can try to maybe create okay, so if, for example, have something like that, we can try and work on these edges here to make them maybe more rounded. Let's say this one here. And now this one here. Yeah, so we have something like that, for example. So you can just simply play around with it. It might take a bit of time, but like, you know, you can make it work and then just give it a bit less of height and apply different texture. Then when you put a furniture on, then it should look fine. We'll simply use the arch tool to play around with it. You're welcome, Julie. Do we have any other questions? If not, then we can wrap up, and I I will talk to you next week, next Thursday again.
Will you be doing it every week still?
Yes, yes.
Okay, because I heard that it was going to be once a month. Is that true or no?
Oh, so I don't know. Like I know that we have the Ask Us Anything once a month. Um, but I'm not sure about the office hours. I didn't have that information that we will do it once a month since from like from now on.
I hope it's every week still, because you're awesome.
Thanks. Thank you so much. I think sometimes like we might have problems with topics because like all of you are interior designers, so like talking about I don't know designing rooms or etc. It's like it's a bit pointless. And like we would like to have these sessions as informative as it could be. So yeah, like we take all the topics into considerations, like so if you have any, or like I know that we can do one about the create new product tool. So yeah, but if that will change, then I think I will be notified about it as well. If it stays as it is, then it will be me meeting you weekly. So yeah.
I have a quick question about bringing in like indoor plants that are like big like trees. If you don't have it in your catalog, what do we do?
Can you ask it again? Sorry.
Like bringing in indoor plants, but that are bigger, like, like trees, but not trees, like big stuff that isn't in the catalog.
Yeah, so that would have to be a 3D model as well. But like we have loads of like outdoor and indoor items in the catalog. We even like if you go to garden, then we have like trees that you can like put them, let's say that you will take a pot or a vase and put the tree in for the inside, or you can put them outside. So in the outdoor catalog we have some plants there as well. And like there's just so many to choose from. Like we have the banana leaf trees, and we have like ficuses and bouquets of flowers that you can like put on a table. So I'm sure that there's something that you can find there. If you don't like the flower pot, then you can always use the invisible material and um put something else around it. So yeah, yeah. Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome, Scorn. Yeah, I have that cough. Unfortunately, it's with me. I had another throat infection, so I'm trying to get rid of it, but it just sticks, and yes, and it's choking me. So that's why I sometimes have sorry, difficulties to talk. But I think it will just stay for a while because I was trying everything, and that's not much I can do. So apologies for that. Did you want to ask something, Julie?
No, I just said thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. No worries. Okay, guys, so have a lovely day, and we will, as far as I know, we'll see you next week. If anything will ch if anything will change. Yeah, no, I was notified that it will be still every Thursday. So maybe like it was about the Ask Us Anything that we want to do it once a month, just to like cover stuff that like might come up within a week that when you work with your projects, etc., or like even for new users if like they want to know anything else. But yeah, but for now we have it every Thursday. If you have any topics, then you can always share them on our channels, and we will try to satisfy everyone. So take care, guys, and thanks so much for being with us another week.